welcome to the Four Listeners Program. Welcome aboard, everybody, aboard our Palmosphere. Thanks for checking us out this week. On the mics, we have the Z-Man. What's up, Z?
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours. Damn right, it's better than yours. I can teach you, but I have to charge.
I should charge you for having to listen to that.
You should. On the other mic, though, we have a super special guest. Corey G is not in the house tonight, but instead we have Weissman number 2. I guess I'm Weissman number 2. He's more like Weissman number 1. But my brother, A. What's up, A?
What's up?
What's going on now?
Well, this week is near and dear to my heart. Something must be done about bad cover songs.
Example.
Well, the other day, I'm listening to the radio, which I rarely do because I can't stand radio, and I heard Queens of the Stone Age, which I believe are a decent band, doing a really shitty cover of White Wedding, and it made me ape shit. I just wanted to rip my radio out of my car and throw it on the ground. I cannot tolerate decent bands just butchering these great songs that shouldn't be touched in the first place. And it angers me. Like, something must be done about this.
I have the same reaction when I heard Sheryl Crow cover Sweet Child of Mine. I was driving and I literally wanted to drive off the road because I couldn't believe that there was that she was so brutally mangling this song.
Exactly. You just want to, like, rip your radio out or, like, you know, stick an ice pick in your head because you can't bear to listen to these songs being butchered by good artists, like, that should be singing their own shit, not somebody else's stuff.
Completely agree.
Was that Black Tide came out, like, that song, the cover of Depeche Mode Shout?
Black Eyed Peas, they did Depeche Mode's Just Can't Get Enough, which in itself is a shitty song, and why somebody would want to cover a shitty song is beyond me, but they did a horrible job on that one, too.
Oh, and Hilary Duff covering The Who's My Generation?
Please. She doesn't even know who The Who is.
Exactly.
But, I mean, you know, there's tons of songs out there that are just, like, You Shook Me All Night Long by AC/DC. Guess who covered that? You would never guess in a million years.
I know. Can I guess?
Sure.
Celine Dion.
Oh, my God. Seriously? Why? Why would Celine Dion, who is not even in that genre, go and cover an AC/DC song? It's
brutal.
AC fucking DC.
It's brutal.
Didn't Korn redo, like, Another Brick in the Wall?
Yeah, probably. Korn did a lot of songs, and you know, Manson does a lot of weird shit too, like Sweet Dreams and
that was
Tainted Love.
Tainted Love, yeah.
I thought that those were good covers, I thought.
Well, here's the thing, though. If you're going to do a cover, you are invariably going to get compared to the original, which means that you have to knock it out of the park. There's no choice, right? You have to do something that is better than the original in some way, shape, or form, or it's gonna be just a pale comparison to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have to make it right. It's got to be a comparison that can't be brought back to the original. Be like, you know, this is like just as good as the original, if not better.
In the words of Randy Jackson, you made it your own.
Yeah, dog.
Word.
I can't believe we actually all three of us watched that. That's really sad.
Yeah, but even on American Idol, there are songs, there are artists that you just don't touch.
Oh, yeah.
Queen.
Right?
You never sing Queen. You cannot make Queen sound good.
It's the third rail, right? I mean, you can't touch Freddie, right? There are some artists, there are some vocalists that should just not be imitated in any way, right? Freddie's one of them. Freddie Mercury's definitely one of them, right? Any of the girls that try to cover a Whitney Houston song or a Mariah Carey song or
exactly any of the divas,
just, you know, or Aretha Franklin or whatever.
Any of the divas. Yeah, I tell my wife every year, like, why are they singing the song? We yell at the TV. Why are you singing the song? You don't sing Whitney. You don't sing Mariah. You don't sing Celine. You don't sing Christina Aguilera. Like, these are divas. There are a reason these people cannot be topped because they are the top. You can't just go and sing them.
Yeah, agreed. And you know what's funny is Whitney Houston actually has probably one of the best examples of taking a cover song and doing something awesome with it. Right? You guys know which one I'm talking about?
Mm.
It's one of her biggest hits. Is "I Will Always Love You." "I Will Always Love You" is a cover of I believe it's a Dolly Parton song.
That's like one of her most famous songs to put out there, and you can't touch that. I mean, if you can sing that well, you don't need to be on American Idol.
Well, right. So Whitney covers a Dolly Parton song, and it becomes one of her biggest things because she knocked it out of the park. Right. I defy anybody.
Exactly.
I defy anybody to tell me that Dolly Parton did that song better than she did. She put her little R&B thing on it, and then she just hits that note and just destroys it. Right.
Shall I try getting that note?
No.
Please don't.
No. Make no attempt whatsoever at hitting that note.
Loving you.
Oh my God, dude! Seriously.
It's easy.
Maybe you should get like a group on for like singing lessons.
The name of the show is now 3 listeners. Good job, asshole.
All right, so I got a list of cover songs. Let's weigh in on awesome or awful.
Okay.
Marilyn Manson, "Sweet Dreams."
It's eerie. I like it kind of, but Annie Lennox, again, it's like one of these songs that shouldn't have been redone.
Yeah, I lean towards awful only because the "Sweet Dreams" is such an iconic song. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ugly Kid Joe, "Cats in the Cradle."
Horrible.
Awful.
Cats in the Cradle is horrible anyway. Like, it's one of those songs that, like, if you think about it, it's like, oh my God, that's my life.
Yeah, it's a depressing song, right?
I
Especially
just
after
want
you
to
have
cry
kids.
in a bottle
Yeah.
of Jack and
Yeah.
just leave me alone.
Yeah.
Why would you remake this song?
Yes.
Guns N' Roses, "Sympathy for the Devil."
See, any cover of a Rolling Stones song, I automatically want to put awful, right?
Right.
Even one of my favorite bands, U2, did "Paint It Black," and not so good. Not so good.
Britney Spears doing "Satisfaction."
Awful.
Oh, I could definitely say that's bad. And
I
I've
don't even
never
have
heard
to.
it.
I don't even have to have heard it, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's Britney Spears.
Awful.
You got Limp Bizkit doing two Pink Floyd two songs. One Pink Floyd, "Wish You Were Here." It's horrible. I have heard that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't. And I mean, if you're doing Floyd, again, it's got to be one of these things where for Floyd, it's not actually the lyrics that you have to really worry about. I think it's more of the music, and I don't think they could pull it off.
No.
The Bee Gees covered "Sgt. Pepper."
Yeah.
The Bee Gees covering anything is an automatic fail. The Bee Gees singing anything is an automatic fail. The Bee Gees breathing
Staying
air
alive,
is an
though,
automatic fail.
Avril Lavigne doing "Chop Suey." How do you call that a cover of a shitty band covering a shitty band?
Hey, ho, 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 ho. Now, I actually like that song.
Oh.
I like System of a Down.
Oh.
I'm more of a metal kind of guy, so I kind of like that song. But, yeah, Avril Lavigne, I mean, she can get angry, and you have to kind of be angry, but there's no way you're going to be able to cover that.
Perfect Circle doing "Imagine."
That, actually, I think is not bad. Like, Perfect Circle...
But it's Beatles and it's John Lennon. I mean,
The Beatles for me, I hate the Beatles, all right? So anybody that covers the Beatles, I'm writing them off anyway.
well, but I mean, there are so many people who are fanatical about the Beatles. I mean, you have to be crazy if you want to attempt a Beatles song because they're so beloved.
Right, exactly.
All right, last one I got, and this one I don't know which version I like better. Mad World, "Tears for Fears," or Gary Jules?
I don't like either. I don't like the song.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
That's like the perfect ending of Donnie Darko.
if I was to go in a particular direction, I'd probably go with Tears for Fears.
Yeah, I would say Tears for Fears.
Yeah, I like the remake.
So how about this one? How about Hurt? Either 9 Inch Nails or Johnny Cash.
I like them both.
Yeah, that's the one that could go either way, depending on what kind of mood you're in.
Right,
Like,
tough one, right? Because I mean, Johnny
Yeah.
Cash did something different with it, right?
right.
I mean, it was almost as
Yeah.
if he just took the lyrics and just the basic melody and just kind of turned it into a Johnny Cash song. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like all dark and ominous. Like,
How about All Along the Watchtower? Jimi Hendrix or Bob Dylan?
see now that's one of those songs that it could go with a lot of people because there's a bunch of dudes that cover All Along the Watchtower, and they all have their good points and their bad points. There's even a guy, what the hell's his name? Like Michael Hedges or something like that. He does a acoustic version of All Along the Watchtower, and it literally sounds like there's like 4 guys playing guitar where it's just him. Just one guy and he's singing.
Yeah, Dave Matthews Band does a All Along the Watchtower cover too.
Another one, yeah. Another one that does a great version.
Yeah, so does U2, so does Neil Young, so does Grateful Dead, so does...
Yeah,
All
so
that.
that's like a song that kind of defies or goes against the grain of like doing cover songs. Where
Here, I mean, but it's Dylan. So my issue is that with Dylan, he's a songwriter. He's not a very good song singer. And I know that you can go. A lot of people are fanatics on that, but I think most of his songs, when they get covered better than he did it.
It's because he sings like this and he's not really focused.
he's a mumbler, you know.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Every night must get home.
All right,
Birds and the bees.
how about
Like a rolling stone.
how about Hallelujah?
Oh yeah, the fucking
Jeff Buckley or well, I mean, this is another one
Or
of those
any
songs, right?
American
that's been
Idol
covered.
contestants.
Right, this is another one that gets covered all the time. It's a Leonard Cohen song.
The Buckley version's the one that I know.
It's definitive, right?
Yeah.
How about with a little help from my friends, Joe Cocker or the Beatles?
I like Cocker.
You like Cocker? I knew that about you, Zach.
Yep.
Twist and Shout, the Beatles or the Isley Brothers, who did it originally?
Isley.
Isley.
Okay, another Dylan. Knocking on Heaven's Door, Dylan or Guns N' Roses?
GNR.
Close.
I would say it's a tie.
A tie.
Yeah. I would say it's a tie. Like, I like both versions. Like, I'm not a big GNR fan, but when Axl is, like, going screaming, like, no, Evans, Joe! And then you're like, dun dun. I like that version. But then, you know, there's Dylan's version where it's the original and you gotta like it.
So let's get back to what we were talking about. We were starting to touch on this a little bit before. Let's get back to the artists that should not be touched, right? I think this is time for the For Listeners House of Celebrity Consulting. Wait, I think we should play the jingle.
I love it.
Listeners House of Celebrity Consulting.
Yeah, that's right. So the For Listeners House of Celebrity Consulting is here to tell these artists, these musicians, there are certain things that should not be touched. We're going to retire. We did this with the movies. We're going to retire some songs and some artists that should just not be touched. So where do we want to start? Well, I'll start with Queen, right? We said that Freddie Mercury should just not be touched, right? Let Sleeping Dogs Lie.
Here's one that should not be redone. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. There are good versions and there are bad versions. And I would have to say my favorite band of all time, Led Zeppelin, should probably be put on the list of never to be remade.
Agreed.
Good versions, I do like STP's versions of their whatever they did, like some kind of acoustic something or other. I do like that one. But the one that will haunt me to my grave is Diddy's version of Kashmir.
Oh, you didn't like it for Godzilla?
What the fuck? Seriously? Like, Wayne's World, they couldn't do Stairway to Heaven on like the DVD version because they couldn't get the licensing for it. But they give licensing to Diddy for doing Kashmir? Are you serious? Holy fuck! It haunts me at night.
I'd like to put U2 on this list. I think that they have I think that Bono has a singular sound to his voice. I think the band has a sound of its own that should just not be fucked with. Anytime on the American Idol, if they do a U2 song, I cringe. I absolutely cringe.
Because you can't sing it without it sounding karaoke.
Exactly.
As far as famous people who do U2 songs,
Sorry, that just sounded awesome. Who do you two?
Who do U2?
who do U2?
30
I don't
Seconds
know.
to Mars is 30 Seconds to Mars is Jared Leto's band, and they're going to be on. I just got this week. They're going to be on MTV Unplugged, and they're going to do a cover of Streets, because they say that the Joshua Tree was a big record, and everyone had a copy of it.
That was a
and-
huge record.
Yeah, and they would be outside in the summer listening to it, so it's like a tribute. Now, I mean, I'm gonna list if I was to listen to this, I would probably want to throw a brick through my television, and I really like my television, so I'm not gonna watch this thing.
I would say, like, as far as celebrity or bands that should not be made, I would think all divas, like we said before, your Mariahs, your Whitneys, your Celines. These are women or artists that have a specific voice that cannot be recreated at all. Like, there are very, very few people that can do a Whitney song, hit those notes precisely, and get away with it.
Yep. Just to talk about the other three bands we've mentioned, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, I don't think they're untouchable.
I do.
They're not in that category.
You don't think that some of these bands are sacred cows? Like the Beatles isn't the Beatles isn't a sacred cow.
No.
I hate the Beatles.
What about AC/DC? You want to talk about singular voice?
Oh, yeah, don't do any AC/DC songs. If you can't hit that note, like, with that raspiness, and forget it.
How about Elvis?
No.
I don't.
Elvis,
Yeah, no.
it's the king. I mean, seriously. That's the reason he's called the king.
He's the king of rock and roll, right?
You just don't touch it.
So, we don't touch Elvis, but it's okay to touch the Beatles.
Hold on, wait.
Fuck Beatles.
With Elvis, what about the JXL remake of A Little Less Conversation?
Oh, I do like that one, yeah.
Is that the one from Ocean's 11?
But it's still like, that's not really somebody else doing it.
That's
it's just
Elvis.
kind of remixed. I mean, it's still Elvis singing,
Yeah.
Still Elvis, like, with the music and all. It's just like JXL or whatever. Just put a little paprika on it and spice it up a bit.
So a little smoked paprika.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
That's a spicy meatball.
Yeah. Put a little red hot on it, because I put that shit on everything.
The one I'm thinking of right now, I can't believe Adam hasn't said it yet, and I don't think anyone's ever tried to cover it. You can't cover Rush.
Oh, yeah.
No, you can't cover Rush.
I don't think anyone's ever tried.
No, I mean, there's no way you're going to hit the high notes that Geddy Lee hits, or do any of the guitar or drum solos or bass solos or keyboard solos or any of that shit. There's no way you can to get Rush down. There's no way. It just can't be done.
It's funny. People won't cover Rush, but they'll cover Journey, right?
Yeah.
Steve Perry's another one of those voices where you got to have the range to tackle
Exactly.
some of those songs.
I think Steve Perry could cover Geddy Lee.
He might be one of
Vice
the only.
versa.
He might be one of the only people.
Yeah, but there's no way you can cover a Journey song. You can't hit that high note unless you don't have balls.
Well, it's like when Paul Rogers toured with Queen. It was just like, what? Why are you even bothering?
Right.
You can't be Freddie. You can't do Freddie. And yeah, it's Brian May and it's Queen back there, right? But
Right. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't Freddie Mercury good.
it wasn't Queen. You could just name the band something else. And all right, they're not bad.
Yeah.
But you call yourself Queen, and it's just you have a certain expectation as to what that's supposed to sound like.
Right.
So what did we learn today, kiddies? What did we learn?
we learned that the reason people make their songs original is because nobody should be covering them.
Agreed. Stop fucking with a good song.
Fuck your mom. Don't fuck with the song.
Fuck your mom.
Fuck your mom. Don't fuck with the song. It's like the old adage: if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Don't fix it. So if you're listening out there and you know of a song that's been brutalized for you, and you want to let some folks know about it, why don't you go ahead and post it on the Facebook page, facebook.com/4listeners or 4listeners.com. Check us out on the iTunes and avoid all those nasty cover songs by downloading more of our shows. Guaranteed to be original every week. So set your subscriptions. Thanks a bunch, Adam. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. And thanks to all of you for listening this week. We hope you'll check us out again next week. Thanks a bunch, everybody.
It's better than yours, damn right.